Hey, Master Coach G here, thriving after 50, mind, body, soul. And in this episode today, I am going to be sharing helpful information that will help you to jumpstart your weight loss journey. If you are embarking on a weight loss journey and you have been finding that it's been very challenging for you, then I have some good news for you. I am going to share some tips that's going to help you to set realistic goals, share with you about a balanced diet, how to stay hydrated, and regular exercise. Yes, these are the key principles that I have shared time and time again, but here's the key: they work. If you apply these 4 principles that I'm going to share in this episode, I can guarantee you, yes, I can guarantee you that you will lose the weight that you desire. So stay tuned. This is Master Coach G, and I'll see you on the inside. Hey, Master Coach G here, thriving after 50, mind, body, soul. And in this episode, I'm going to be sharing information that is going to help you jumpstart your weight loss journey and maintain lasting results through life-changing habits. See, that's where we got to start. We got to start with the habits. And if we start with the habits and we are focused on our habits, then that is how we can maintain healthy A1C, a healthy cholesterol level, a healthy weight, and all those things play a part in us being healthy as far as our weight is concerned. Now, if I'm going to share with you some principle keys that is going to help you significantly, okay? And the reason why I can say that is because this is what I did. I lost over 100 pounds. Yes, it took time, but it also took time for me to put the weight on. I had diabetes, high cholesterol, high A1C, high blood pressure, and the only way that I could eliminate all those things from my life was I had to look at my habits, and then I had to change my habits. So when I share these 5 principles, you will see for yourself how they will be able to help you to be able to not only lose the weight, but to maintain a healthy weight. Okay, so most of you may not know, but I used to weigh 237 pounds. I lost over 100 pounds with these key principles, and I'm telling you they work. I have been able to maintain a healthy weight, healthy A1C, healthy high cholesterol level, blood pressure level has been excellent. And it's because of these principles that I have applied to my life. And I'm still applying these principles to my life because they work. Okay. When I weighed 237 pounds and was diagnosed with all those dreaded diseases, I couldn't do anything at the time but walk. So that's what I did. I started walking. Yes, it took time, and yes, it was challenging, but I was able to see significant results through walking. And so yes, now, I do go to the gym, and but at that time I was not going to the gym. I couldn't do anything but walk because I needed to think about what it was that I needed to do because I didn't know. I didn't know anything about a coach. I didn't, the doctor wanted to put me on medication to manage the diabetes. She wanted to put me on medication to manage the cholesterol and the A1C and the acid reflux I had so bad that I couldn't even lay down and sleep. That's what the doctor ordered. However, because I am not a pharmaceutical type of gal, I refused all of the medication and decided I was going to do it the all-natural way, which was I just started walking. But then I also had to look at my habits. I had to look at what was I doing to keep this weight on. And then I realized it was the stress. I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't eating properly. I wasn't drinking enough water. There were so many things that I was doing wrong that contributed to all those numbers being high. I did not want to manage them. I wanted to eliminate them. So working with those principles the key principles, which there are 6, but we're going to cover at least 5 of them in this segment. With those, I was able to lose over 100 pounds, keep the weight off for 10 years now with no medication at all. Not even over the counter. No shots, no Wegovy, whatever the name of that stuff is. Any of those weight loss products out there, I did not use any of them. Did it take time? Yes, it did. You know why? Because it took time for me to put on the weight. So it's going to take time for me to take off the weight. But here's the thing. For me, I didn't want the weight to come back. And I know that if you lose it quick, it's going to come back quick. So it took me about 1 year and 4 months to lose about 127 pounds. And I've been able to keep the weight off. You know, as a matter of fact, I got down to 100, at 10 years ago, I weighed 120 pounds. I was great, you know, loved it, you know, started going to the gym. I was able to flex my muscles, looking good and everything. Then I decided that I wanted to gain a few pounds because I was getting older. Well, my metabolism was running so high, and it still is, that it was difficult for me to gain weight. You know, when I go to the gym and, you know, people look at me and I'm like, no, I'm here to gain weight. I'm not here to lose weight. I'm here to gain weight. And that was my thing. It's like I wanted to gain weight a few years ago. So I started doing more strength training, weight training to build more muscle, because muscle weighs more than fat. So that's where I started. But as you embark on your weight loss journey, just know that it can be challenging, okay? I don't want anybody to be misinformed here. I want you to know, yes, it can be challenging, but it also can be rewarding as well. So here is the key. If, in fact, you apply these principles to your life, if you look at your habits, because our habits is what dictates what we have or don't have in our life. It's our habits. You know, if you have bad eating habits, then it's going to show up. You know, like the old, you know, people say it's a cliche, you are what you eat. It's not a cliche, it's true. You are what you eat, and it's going to show up. It will show up on your body. And if you're looking to start a weight loss journey, then I would urge you to listen very closely to these key principles that will help you to get to your goal weight. So here are some things that I want to talk about. Number one, you have to set realistic goals, okay? 1 to 2 pounds a week is more than enough. I know that people say, oh, I've lost 7 pounds in, 7 days. Well, no, let me take that back. I lost 7 pounds in 3 days. Well, it's doable. Yeah, it's doable. But if you lose weight drastically, then I can tell you this, that it will come back. So what you want to do is you want to focus on slow and steady. Because when you're slow and steady, almost guaranteed that it won't come back. Set realistic goals. 1 to 2 pounds a week is great. That means you're making progress. If you do that, then you will hit your goal, guaranteed. The second thing is your diet. You know, we not dieting. I don't believe in dieting. I believe in a balanced diet. If you can focus on foods that include like fruit, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats. And here's another thing. Please consider your portion size. This right here is going to be highly effective if you consider your portion size. And this is what I recommend to everyone. If you ball up your fists, your portion size on your plate should not be any larger than your fist. I know that sounds like, well, that's not enough. It is enough, because you're going to be eating breakfast, a snack, lunch, a snack, dinner, and a healthy snack like a piece of fruit or a smoothie or something like that, especially depending on what time you eat. Don't eat late at night. You know, that whole snacking in bed and eating chips and, laying around eating ice cream, I tried that. That's how I ended up gaining all the weight. I remember when I first got married, My husband would come to bed with a big old bowl of butter pecan ice cream, which is my all-time favorite ice cream. So here I go. I'm going to the kitchen to get me a big bowl of butter pecan ice cream. Sweetie, it didn't work. He didn't gain a pound, and I'm sitting here looking like a beach whale. Okay, so a balanced diet is really, really important. That's a part of the habits that you have to look at. You have to examine the habits of what you're eating. You have to examine the habits of your portion size. You don't need the food running all off the side of the plate. You got gravy dripping on the table because you got so much food on your plate. You gotta cut back on the portion size. You gotta get no bigger than your fist. The portion size on your plate should not be any bigger than your fist. And get a smaller plate. That will almost guarantee you that you're not going to have a whole bunch of food on there. Get a smaller plate. Because when you have those big plates that look like a platter, no, boo, that don't work. You're gonna eat too much food. So a balanced diet, and remember, you got to get the whole grains. You got to get the whole. I'm talking about like the vegetables and the fruits. You gotta be able to consume those on a daily, because a balanced diet is a big part of you losing the weight that you want to lose. Here's another principle that is a part of the six keys, which is staying hydrated. You got to drink plenty of water throughout the day. Okay, and I know some people that even go on water fast, but here's the thing. It's like, yes, water do make you go to the bathroom, and I get that. And, sometimes it may be inconvenient to drink a lot of water, but I'm going to tell you, drinking a lot of water and staying hydrated, it helps you. And it helps you from doing a whole bunch of snacking. Like, you may have breakfast and then, maybe like a granola bar around 10 o'clock, depending on what time you eat breakfast. But, you got to stay away from the unnecessary snacks, but drinking water. So let's say you think you think you're hungry, so have a bottle of water. You're staying hydrated, and you're suppressing the what you think that you're hungry, because your body gets used to a certain rhythm. It's like when your body will say, oh, I'm hungry, it's breakfast time. So your body will alert you. Your brain will alert your body that you're hungry for breakfast or lunch or dinner. Okay, but all that unnecessary snacking, you should have breakfast and then a snack, lunch and then a snack, dinner and then a snack. But all the snacks should be healthy snacks in between the meals. And yes, we should be eating at least 3 meals a day. Okay, balanced meals. Okay, portion sizes. Please, please, please listen to this. You gotta pay attention to how much food you're putting on your plate. Okay, and the hydration, yes, you will go to the bathroom a lot, but here's the thing about going to the bathroom a lot. You're losing all the stuff that should not be in your body. You're flushing that stuff out. And people have lost weight on water diets. Now, I'm not saying go on a water diet, because I don't do water diets, but I'm just saying, there is such a thing as a water diet, and people have lost weight on a water diet. But I still need you to make sure that you're paying attention to the food that you're taking in. You can't eat a whole bunch of junk and think you're going to lose weight. So my advice to you is, don't go down the candy aisle. Don't go down the chip aisle, or substitute it with something else, like more fruit. Okay, but you got to stay away from it, and you got to drink plenty of water. That is another key principle. Okay, here is another key principle that most people just do not want to do, which is regular exercise. If you incorporate cardiovascular, perhaps maybe with some strength training, you will see some results. Okay, you should aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate aerobic activities a week, 150 minutes a week, along with some strength training, because it does help your muscles. So if you see that the scale is saying that if you're doing some weight, if you're lifting weights, then of course the scale is going to go up. The numbers are going to go up on the scale, because muscle weighs more than fat. My recommendation is for regular exercise is to walk. It is the least expensive thing that you can do. You don't have to get a gym membership for that. The weather is getting cooler around the country now that we're heading into fall, so you can get outside early in the morning and walk, or late in the afternoon and walk, but walk. That is a good way to jumpstart your weight loss. Okay, 150 minutes a week. Okay, you can do that. Here's a simple way to walk at least a minimum of 30 minutes a day. Walk outside your door, walk in any direction for 15 minutes, and then come back. You just walk 30 minutes. If you can do that every single day, 5 days a week, then you will definitely see some results. Okay? Moderate exercise, a minimum of 150 minutes a week, will jumpstart your weight loss journey, and you will definitely see results. Okay? Here's something else that you may want to do, and I did it, and I also offered people journals so that they can keep a track of what they're eating throughout the day. Because we have patterns, and most people don't pay attention to patterns, but you have to pay attention to your patterns so that way you will be able to be aware. You can hold yourself accountable, then you can make the adjustments. So journaling what you're eating is a good way to keep up with your patterns. Your patterns are very important because it helps you to stay on track when you recognize your patterns. So and the thing is that we have certain habits that we don't even realize. Okay, that's the reason why I said pay attention to your patterns, because if you write it down and every time you eat something, you write it in your journal. Okay, then you can go back and say, ooh, I ate this at 10 o'clock and it wasn't a healthy snack. So then you can go back and you can make adjustments to your patterns. And that's why it's important to be able to identify the patterns. So having a food journal can be helpful for a lot of people. Here's the next thing, mindful eating. Pay attention to your hunger cues, okay? Because sometimes our body will tell us that we're hungry and we're really not hungry. But that's because of the patterns that we have. The patterns we're used to eating at a certain time of the day. It's like, you may eat breakfast at 8 o'clock, and then by 10 o'clock, you're eating more breakfast or more of something else. But that's a pattern, and you need to pay attention to that. So mindful eating, if you pay attention to that, that's a cue. Okay, pay attention to the cues. Slow down when you're eating. Okay. Savor the food. Let it, let it taste the food in your mouth, on your palate. This can prevent you from overeating. And it promotes a healthier relationship with food. I know some people have a serious relationship with food. It's almost like a romantic relationship with food. Whether it's they're eating because they're upset, or it's just a habit of eating. But you have to be mindful of what it is that you're doing. And that's the reason why journaling is a good way to stay focused on your patterns as well. I also recommend that you get support. Finding a weight loss buddy or seeking professional guidance from a nutritionist or a health coach like myself will help you to be accountable for what it is that you're doing to keep you on track with your weight loss journey. Again, there's a lot of stuff out here that people are taking these days. I don't recommend it. I always feel like there's always going to be side effects to any type of pharmaceutical drugs that you take. I don't care if it's an aspirin, there's still side effects to it. So I don't recommend any type of weight loss drugs or anything like that. I didn't take anything. I didn't even take any medication to eliminate the diabetes or to eliminate the high cholesterol. I didn't take any medication. But I do recommend that you get support, either a group, or find a weight loss, somebody who's trying to lose weight as well, so that you all can be accountable to each other, or even a health coach like myself. Okay. Now, I want you to understand this, please. Show yourself grace. You got to be patient when you're talking about losing weight. Because if you don't be patient, then what will happen is you'll kind of slip back into your old habits and continue on with that, and then you get off track, and then you just feel like, oh, well, this isn't working. Well, it only works if you work it. So that means you have to work the principles in order to get the results. Okay. And yes, again, it takes time, and yes, it can be challenging, but it also can be rewarding as well. So please be patient with yourself and show yourself some grace, because That is what is going to help you to get to your goal. It's about a lifestyle change. Okay, don't stop seeking quick fixes. That whole pharmaceutical thing is a quick fix. And that's what I told the doctor. It's like, you want me to just manage. I don't want you to manage. I want you to reach your goal and then manage that of being able to stay at your goal weight. Okay, that's what you need to manage. Once you get there, then you need to be able to manage it. That's what I'm doing. I am managing my goal weight, and it's across, I maintain this across the board. Okay, now let's say you go to the grocery store and you don't go down the candy aisle, or you don't go down the chip aisle. You know what? That is cause for celebration. Okay, celebrate that victory. I don't care if you go to the grocery store 5 times a day. Celebrate the victory of not going down the candy aisle. Celebrate the victory of not going down the chip aisle. Okay, because and celebrate. If you do get on the scale. I'm not a scale person. Maybe once in a great while I'll get on the scale, just to see how much muscle I've gained. Not to necessarily my weight, but to see how much muscle I've gained. But you can also tell in your clothes. Your clothes are gonna fit better. You're gonna just start feeling better. So celebrate those victories. Celebrate that that you lost 2 pounds this week. Celebrate that, and it's okay. The key is to stay consistent. Stay consistent in every small detail. Okay, stay consistent with your walking. Stay consistent with your eating patterns. Stay consistent with your water intake. Stay consistent with your eating habits. If you stay consistent with all those things, I can guarantee you that you will see a difference in your weight loss. Okay, you can consult a healthcare or a holistic healthcare professional before you get started. I always offer people a free assessment so that we can see where you are, what your goals are, and how we can get there by using some suitable, it's almost like a tailor-made plan, if you will, for you, because everybody is different. You need an individual plan. So I will come up with a plan that will be suitable for you, that will help you with your needs, with your individual needs. So yes, please consult a holistic healthcare professional like myself that will be able to help you to become aware, being held accountable, and making the adjustments. Those are the 3 A's. I did a segment on the 3 A's. That's why it's important. The 3 A's are so important to the 6 principles. So if you need a plan or an accountability partner, you can call me. I'm going to put a link in here so that you can set up a call with me, and free assessment, just so we can see where you are and what it will take for you to get where you need to be at. So please click the link today, set up your call so we can set up a free assessment for you, and that you will be able to start on your weight loss journey. Hey, that's what I have for you today. I hope this episode has added value to your life. Thank you for joining me here on Thriving After 50, Mind, Body, Soul. But before I get out of here, I want to give a shout out to my listeners here in the United States, Canada, Australia, Russia, Mexico, Belgium, Ireland, South Africa, Brazil, Nigeria, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Bangladesh, Ukraine, Kuwait, India, and Hong Kong. I thank you all for listening so much. My listener audience is growing, y'all. I am so excited about that. We just added Kuwait, India, and Hong Kong to the list. Thank you all for joining me here on Thriving After 50. If this podcast has been a benefit to you, please subscribe to my channel, follow me, and please write a review. Share it with somebody who may need this information, and it will be helpful to them as well. I appreciate you all so much. And remember, knowledge applied is power. That's where the power is, when you apply this knowledge. This is Master Coach G, and I will see you on the next level.